Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world's best worst podcast. This is Mama's Boys Podcast. I am your host, Silent Mike Farr, with the one and only Omar Isov.
In the house. Before we begin, we have a very, very special set of guests today. We just want to thank our sponsors. We want to thank Kaizen Training. Wow, three guys, ourselves, me, Silent Mike, and Park Kwon, for sponsoring this podcast. Whether your goal is to build muscle, lose fat, or get stronger, Kaizen Training has got you covered. Kaizen, K-I-Z-E-N training.com.
Have you boys heard of Zed?
Zed, yeah.
See, I've never really heard of Zed. Maybe
I think they use that in the UK and Europe or South Africa too.
I never heard of it. We are.
And Garrett's gone. We have Massthetics boys in the house. Gentlemen.
He's too bored. He went on Tinder already. Yeah,
he's already on Tinder, Grinder, whatever.
Super like, or what do you?
I bought the unlimited super likes.
I just learned.
And I'm just liking fat black chicks, and they're all not liking me back.
Well, last night at the club, it seemed to be working for you. So,
did you see that at the club?
I saw something. I'll give you some respect. Yeah, a little something. She was not. I will say black, however.
Oh, or fat.
So super light.
Depends on your standards, but I would definitely classify her as
Explain the
skinny.
super light.
Yeah, so you throw money down.
So for the people that are too scared to go on Tinder, like myself, I'm too scared to see any of my exes.
The greatest.
I stay away from Tinder because I'm too scared. I don't even want to see my ex that I broke up with 4 years ago.
Swipe right on my ex, dude. Fuck it, I'm crazy.
Do it.
Super like.
Yeah.
What is it?
It makes it
Mike
so...
pretending like he doesn't know what it is.
Ryan just talked.
I don't.
Last time I did it was like 2013. Just because
it was Bumble before, and
Bumble's a better choice. Simon knows.
Bumble was a blunder.
He understands.
It did not work.
3 weeks ago, Ryan and Alice were explaining all of this to me.
Yeah, we have two of our guys. One tech guy that films for me. They're on Bumble, on Tinder. We were in New York, so they're just trying to make shit happen. And then we took a look at their profile, and we understood why nothing was happening. Just their photos and all that stuff.
We're really bad.
Yeah, they were trying to be like purposely self-deprecating, but like too much so. You know what I mean? Like they went too in on that. There's a little bit of that works, but they went way too much.
What you have written is different than how you can act in person.
Yeah.
Right. Self-deprecating in person.
Like I have an inverted penis, and my mom has to feed me baby food, like shit like that.
Yeah. One of those is fine.
Garrett's profile, vernacular, and all that is very impressive.
Yeah, give us the best Tinder tips.
He's very good with
Tinder
best
tips.
Tinder tips.
Best Tinder tips.
No, this is actually can be quite useful to our friends out there. On the.
Do not use this for evil.
Because I've taught people skills
power comes great responsibility.
They used it for evil.
Oh, you have a Tinder ebook
I felt like it was Anakin.
We might have
Anakin.
This is some Anakin
Tinder Skywalker
tips
type shit.
He was the chosen one. Code Red was the chosen one.
And then he went on Tinder.
Next thing I know, he's just crushing all these hearts in my med school class.
Wait, so you guys are like... We're not really a big deal anymore. We kind of fallen off.
What does that mean?
Hey, let me talk about Tinder.
Yeah, let's get to Tinder tips.
Self-deprecating shit, Simon. You need to stop that.
He's already picking up girls on our podcast profile.
I lost it.
He's picking up girls on our podcast.
He ate too many.
We had a deep conversation on the couch.
We got to give context to what the fuck's going on.
No, we'll get there in a second. First, I need the top.
We'll get there.
Well, I need the top 3 Tinder tips.
Top 3 Tinder tips
from your upcoming ebook.
Massthetics Tinder tips.
How to
2018.
touch the tips of tits on Tinder.
That's not bad.
So look at this one. Look at this last one. See, that's fire.
Oh, but it's not a tip. You're just showing me girls that you swipe.
No, this is the type of babes I'm getting. Look at that.
Give us a break. No, I got a good idea. Give us a breakdown of what is an effective Tinder profile.
Okay,
this is my Tinder profile.
Because a lot of dudes don't get it.
Right. No, Go from like picture and description or however.
Yeah.
So, have my first name. You want to do that, unless you're trying to be super anonymous. And then you put that you're a CEO of a company.
Right.
So CEO of Massthetics.
Right. So in this case, it's true. But if it's not, make one up.
Okay, that's fair.
And then
fake it till you make it.
Put for your education that you are in medical school, that you're going to be a doctor.
Because
that's true.
Because you can kind of lie,
Also
right?
true.
I watched Dr. Oz on Thursday,
bro. Like I don't
just tell the truth about.
But
who
what if
you
I'm
are.
not in medical school?
Yeah, you sound like a real catch right now. You're not helping us.
He's a very big catch.
Lifts a lot of weight, has great hair. In medical school, like what if they don't have that?
Then take a picture with you in your supercars. But like you're not posing for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, I'm just here
again,
filling up the gas, premium fuel.
It's like
just being a peasant filling up gas.
It's like our boy the other day.
Get a pig dog.
Post your
pig dog.
our boy the other day, he posted a picture of himself looking very sensual.
Yeah.
He's a very good-looking man. Our boy Baba Yaga.
Yeah.
Baba Yaga.
He much better looking than us.
Very good-looking. He has this picture of him with his hair flowing and everything. But the caption is where he fucked up. Right. I didn't know this. This is a very advanced move. He put "dis hair" though. So the key is to not emphasize what you want people to think or say about the
you don't
right?
want that's the comment people are going to want to put as the comment. Then they're not going to write anything.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you look like an asshole.
Because that could have been 10 times more effective.
But Garrett, my issue here is I know we talked about self-deprecating being bad, but now you're just telling us how awesome you actually are. So can you give us tips for the people that maybe don't have supercars, a cute dog,
like cheddar cheese? You know,
our boy Kevin Cortina getting another freaking shout out, man.
So
he smelled like cheddar cheese apparently. I don't know.
Our boy.
I just felt.
No, you did say that. You told him he smelled like cheddar cheese.
You told him that. No, he thinks that. But the thing is, he only looks like he could probably smell like cheddar cheese.
So our buddy subscriber comes up trying to. He's so excited to see me and Garrett again.
He's got the GoPro on his
because we actually know his name and stuff.
Because you care.
Omar thought that he was our camera guy, and he comes up riffing and he's like, "Hey, dude, you smell like fucking cheddar cheese." And he's like,
"You smell like cheese, man."
He's like, "Damn, like." Okay, I guess I smell like cheddar cheese.
That's like Inception. That's like a thought that's burrowing into his mind.
He's going to take him over.
Yeah. He's either going to develop a very big fetish for cheese, or he's going to
like
be
self-made Swiss
He can never
cheese,
look at cheese again.
Like, so this is how you sow chaos. I understand. That's basically chaos theory. I get it.
Yeah.
Back to your Tinder story.
So you're building cheddar cheese a successful Tinder. What do you do?
Let's do this within the guise of cheddar cheese.
Or
cheddar
cheese.
Cheddar cheese is tender.
You're building Simon's.
I'm building
Tinder.
Simon's profile.
Yeah.
I don't.
Just hypothetical.
Okay.
You know Simon too. Let's say so. You guys are now. You moved on to dating gurus.
All right. So you got to realize, you got to recognize your strengths, right? Your strengths. Comedy is always good, but you're always, as we know, if it's obvious you're trying to be funny, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah,
sure. It doesn't work. So some of your strengths is you're tall, but you don't want to put your height, because that makes you a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
You got tats, but you don't want to do like a tat pic that's like, look at my fucking tats, like right in the face.
Okay. Yeah.
You want to be like holding a puppy.
It's subtle.
On your sleeve arm. You know?
Puppy is very good.
So you're killing two birds with one
stone.
stone.
Also vulnerable.
And then in the description you mentioned I love animals.
And a picture like next to like someone that's like really short, so it like even emphasizes your broad shoulders and physique.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I used to have broad shoulders, but
you
guys don't lift anymore.
I'm so thin.
Yeah, us neither.
I made a status saying.
Well, we realized that
it's overrated.
Lifting sucks.
I made a status saying
just
on
act
Facebook,
like an idiot instead without
2017 Arnold. Damn, bro, you look even bigger in person. 2018. Damn, bro, do you even lift?
Like, damn, bro, what happened?
Hey, I get Diet Simon. I understand. You moved on to different things.
This is Diet Simon.
Yeah.
Twitch Simon.
Oh, wait. Anyways, back to my profile.
Yeah, so, you got a couple advantages. And this one is a little bit dangerous because actively showing your penis through your pants, you don't want to make it super obvious.
So you go no underwear joggers?
I would say skinny jeans. Skinny jeans. You don't want enough detail, like to see the veins.
Right.
You want like a vague outline.
What kind of sweats are you wearing?
Alpha Clothing.
Alpha Clothing. Discount code MASS. The best joggers in the game. Shows your dick real good. So you don't even want the corona of your glands to be shown.
No.
I don't know what
your
that is.
Dickhead.
Oh, all right.
You don't want a dickhead showing.
Corona's like a beer to me, bro.
I'm gonna explain.
Both are delicious.
I'm gonna explain the utility of our dickhead in a bit. You guys are gonna lose your shit.
Oh, it's to scrape out the semen of Simon. Yeah.
Rival cum dumpster.
Oh, everybody knows that.
We do some book learning. You and I.
There we go.
Hey.
Siphoning is way more effective.
Our penis is shaped like
siphon gas.
Wait, let Simon share this stat.
Our
you guys
penis
don't know
is
this.
shaped the way it is.
Yeah.
For those of you guys who don't know,
the head
of the penis, the glands,
scoop.
glands mons. What is it called? Mons pubis.
Come on, Garrett. Medical school. Yeah. Oh, that's it.
Well, he called it glands mons like it's the fucking volcano on Mars.
Olympus mons.
It sounds like a bicycle race. It sounds like a bicycle race to me.
If you have a penis glands head that's like the size of like
Olympus
like one of the short stacks of the Pringles, then you can call it glands mons.
So your glands is shaped the way it is because when you enter, it enters nicely into whatever hole you're putting it in, right? And then when it pulls out, it's supposed to pull whatever rival.
Isn't it a turtle of some nature that has a straight fucking hook on that thing?
Yeah. I think a lot of
it literally has a dagger coming back the other way, and it'll grab. It'll like Spider-Man grab that thing and.
Yeah.
The weirdest penis I thought in the animal kingdom was his name was Knuckles, Sonic and Knuckles.
Oh, yeah.
He has a dick.
Hedgehog? No, he's a weird. It's something.
Wait,
like
they
that.
actually made a dick for Knuckles?
No. That
No, in real life.
What kind of video
His
game
real life
is
in Japan only released. It's very limited, very popular.
But it was still blurred out.
But yeah,
I have a Knuckles story for you too, man. The VR.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is
yeah.
Ankita or whatever they are,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
So it's kind of like a hedgehog. It has a 3 head. So
Yeah.
it's 1 head up top and then 2 to the side.
That's sick.
It's got a 3-headed wiener.
That is so dope.
Yeah.
A tri-dick.
It's a real thing.
Is it like just heads, or is it
Trident.
like get 3 people at the same time?
Three heads.
heads.
So it'd be 1 penetration. But you think about
Triple-
evolution.
Can it
Why
ejaculate
do we have that?
out of all of them?
What's that?
Could he ejaculate out of all of them?
That's
I'm
interesting.
going to go with a yes. I don't know, but I'm going to go with a yes.
3
Yeah.
urethras? That means
That's
you would have
amazing.
3 urethras, huh?
Yeah.
It branches into one.
Yeah, or a Y pipe down there somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, you could have a white pipe.
2-inch Y pipe, nice and loud. No cats, right, bro?
Yeah, catless.
Yeah.
Catless
I don't
dick.
know what that car stuff means. I just know it means car stuff.
It's car stuff. It's just like a pipe that looks like a Y, basically.
Okay.
Snow glands, mons.
Yeah. So back to your
Tinder
dick pic
profile.
for your Tinder.
Wait, then you should I think we should have a discussion about when dick pics are appropriate, when they're not appropriate.
Almost never.
Almost never.
Gentlemen,
agree.
almost never.
And the reason behind that is
We respect
because-
women.
no.
Respect all women all the time.
I only respect women.
Yeah, I love women.
You don't respect men?
No.
We know we're pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is why. Because fucking guys out there are idiots. Most of you are idiots. And
Not all of them.
Not all you guys.
Not
'cause-
cheddar cheese.
'cause not
No, I
cheddar
said
cheese.
all of them
I
are
said
idiots.
All of them.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
of them.
No, totally.
Yeah.
Unless you're listening to this podcast and you're clearly of a higher species.
Higher caliber
Year
of
of the
brain
learnt.
matter.
You're learnt.
You're
So
learnt.
you're about to get
glance
even more
mons,
learnt.
the
Seen
size
it.
of Mars.
So-
You've learned it.
Dumb guys think that women are just guys, but with tits. They're like the opposite. Because if a
No.
girl randomly just sent us her rockin' tits, I'm in.
Right?
Let's go. Where are you right now?
Yeah.
Let's go. And you can't just do that no matter how sick your dick is.
It's true.
No matter the gland mons.
Any fucking dick pic unsolicited
No matter the
is
glands
basically
mons.
rape.
Oh, unsolicited.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
allowed to do that these days.
Unless they ask for it. But I'm still not down with that because it's like, why don't I just show it to you in real life?
In person.
Yeah.
One of the main reasons why, okay, so in college, I was really into politics, like I told you,
And
which we're
dick
not going
pics.
there. But
Yeah.
I sent out a lot of dick pics in college, man. And
They're
in
floating
college,
around.
I really wanted to go into politics, like be a politician.
That's
but then
why
I was
he was
like,
sending
You're in
them.
an Anthony Weiner
I
situation.
probably
going
can't.
on.
I
yeah.
shouldn't go into
Wienergate.
politics because
I wanna send
when it
dick pics too
happens,
much.
Because you're a photographer.
they're
It's
going,
over.
like, yeah.
I don't want to
But
give up my
but
photography.
I was thinking too, like I would just own it. Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
was
what
in
you
college.
said.
I sent dick pics. You know.
Yeah, but I didn't inhale.
Yeah.
I didn't inhale that. I didn't inhale
the
any
dicks.
dick pics.
Yeah. I was going to say, in the new generation, though, I think just owning what you do.
That's what you have to do.
Completely then just
It's those
negates
baby
it.
boomers
Yeah.
that think you can hide things. Like that.
That everyone's supposed to be perfect.
Well, they were in that generation of you could hide anything.
Because
the baby boomers.
Yeah, because there's no social media.
No
and-
social
and,
media.
No internet.
everything's
it's so
regulated.
crazy
yeah.
to think about what the heck people got away with back then.
Oh, murder, literally.
Murder. Yeah,
Literally.
yeah, people got away with murder. But where was I going with that?
I don't know, man.
You're,
but
you're
Being
transitioning
a
into
young politically active youth.
Yeah, so
sending
that's
dick
why I
pics.
did not further my political curve in college was because
no pun intended.
because of
my thick
too many
curve.
dicks out there.
It's not too late though. Do you
It's
ever
not
see
too
yourself,
late.
Not
No,
to
no,
talk
no.
politics, but do you see yourself at some point in the future wanting to get involved in
I
politics?
mean, maybe when I'm like super old.
Price is right.
You know,
It's a
I
money-
think I could be
it's a money
effective in
shot.
New Mexico as a politician just because I know so much about how bad it is there. But
You know
yeah.
Walter White. You know
Yeah.
all the big dogs.
I know
Yeah.
Walter White.
Politics is something
away,
I've only
myself.
recently gotten interested in. But what's cool about it is most as a
Nothing's
career,
cool about
no, as a
politics.
career, most
Yeah.
careers, it's like, oh, I'm 25, I can't do that anymore.
You can start
Yeah.
at 45.
You can't
can
be in the
start at
NBA.
80.
You
Yeah.
like you can kind of go headed to medical school, but not really. You already had to be on a path, right? you
Yeah,
already had
I
to
mean,
be
you
on
still
it.
can, but fuck.
You had to be
You're
on
gonna-
some kind of path.
Yeah, you're gonna be done
NBA,
at
you're
in
fucked.
their
Lifting, you're
40s.
fucked.
Yeah.
But like, oh yeah, dude, everyone gets voted into shit when they're 60. I'll start
Yeah.
there.
Are
I'll
you
start
telling
now.
me I can't be in the NBA?
Sorry, bro. I don't know how many people out of Albuquerque.
Hey,
end up
you
in
had
the
them
NBA.
hoop dreams, bro.
A lot of
We
them.
spoke hard on Jim McDonald's podcast
Yeah.
where Mike was going in about his hoop dreams
the
and what it
hoop
meant to him.
dreams.
It was
Yeah, New Mexico doesn't have too bad of a team. You're the Lobos, right? There's two. There's
Usually.
I'm
university
at
and there's
MSU.
state.
Garrett's the Lobos. Yeah,
Yeah,
I went
the Lobos
to
is
Las
normally
Cruces.
decent.
The
Yeah, they
Aggies.
have been good.
Yeah, all I know is the Aggies have always sucked at everything, football and basketball, but they just won something special, right?
I don't know.
Didn't they win something recently? The Aggies
played for the
some
Rockets?
big bowl game or something?
The Aggies
that was
did?
a big deal.
I don't know.
I don't follow football.
I don't follow.
We don't
much
I
anymore.
don't follow hacky sack or
Come
any
on.
of that either.
Why? Why
Hacky sack's pretty competitive.
Why do you think we all took up a little bit of strength sports, powerlifting?
Because we sucked at all the other sports.
Yeah, it is the sport for everybody else.
Remember that thing? I remember.
I would like to say that. I did not.
Was it the update? I read that I laughed where you said basically we all tried bodybuilding, we sucked at it, so we all tried powerlifting.
Okay, so
The
the very eloquent words of Gary is, let's see, we all wanted to be bodybuild. Okay, so we didn't have the faces to get paid.
Yeah.
So we became bodybuilders, but we became powerlifters when we didn't have the bodies to get paid.
Also true.
to get laid.
Awesome.
No, it was the faces
Something
to get
was
laid.
laid.
Because
Yeah.
if you're ugly, then you try to put on muscle to get chicks.
To cover it up.
But then you're like, oh, I love bodybuilding. Like, I'm going to fucking, do this for a career. But then you realize your muscle insertions are shit.
Trash.
And then you're like, I'm going to be a powerlifter. So I think it's like, we became bodybuilders because we didn't have the faces to get laid. And then we became powerlifters because we didn't have the bodies to get paid. So we couldn't be like a paid bodybuilder superstar.
Was it also because you guys weren't willing to get a Dubai daddy?
A Dubai daddy.
A Dubai daddy.
I'd be down for a Dubai
I'll take
daddy
one of
right
those.
now.
You got-
Speaking about
take
seedy
3.
shit that
Where are
people
they?
don't really know about too much. Obviously, we know about bodybuilding culture, a lot of things that go on, like flex shows, all that
Flex
stuff, like
shows.
G for P.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a big thing in Dubai. We know.
I think it's starting to become
people.
pretty well known.
That's what happens.
A lot
Flex
of
shows?
A lot of
no. But in particular, because in Dubai they have so much money, so they'll pay. I don't know. We don't know the exact figures, but some of these bodybuilders, when you see them say like, "Gonna go for a show in Dubai," I'm like, man, there ain't no show in Dubai.
I know.
Go training.
They're going to
That's where
train.
they get paid the most. And I heard some crazy shit like
I
because
bet.
it's illegal to be like homosexual over there a lot. So it's at the elite class, so the elite ruling class,
Always.
the aristocracy.
Sure.
They have way more money. So you have like a prince that's paying like $50,000 to pee on your face.
Yeah.
I think
And
it's
that's no joke.
I do
so
think
that's how Dubai daddy for bodybuilders.
I do think it's some of that, but it's
amazing.
more. It's a little
It's
more.
like, where do we sign?
Yeah,
I
I
would
want
do
to
that.
get into this.
I would do
You know,
that.
There's
I
more
would,
legit. It's more
I would
legit than
dance
that.
for a prince.
It's more
Fuck
legit than
yes,
that.
dude.
There's some of that going on, but there's also real pros going over that. I've heard
That's
rumor.
true.
I've heard
That's true.
rumor
Yes, that's true.
that they may have some pharmaceuticals.
Sure.
That may not be here, or
Vitamin B, vitamin C.
Makes sense.
Or better quality. So these guys are getting that. They're also getting treated
Well,
like.
if these are like the richest people in the
Right.
world,
And
they're
they're
going to
getting
have
treated-
access to the best of anything
Exactly.
you
and
need.
they're getting into fitness as a hobby, maybe the homosexual side, but also maybe just they're starting to like fitness.
Sure.
And so their facilities are insane.
well, they have unlimited access.
Right, and it's a hobby. Imagine if all of us were very, very wealthy and we like cars. Like, of course, we're going to have 10 Ferraris
Oh my
because we
God.
really like
It's
cars.
like, I will, for that Bugatti, I will let you fuck my mouth with your frozen shit.
Yeah.
Frozen shit.
Frozen shit.
What's
That's
frozen shit
advanced.
Let it thaw.
So it's
I had a buddy fuck a
Hard
girl
at
with a
first, soft
frozen
later.
turd and a condom. That's for another time.
So we were talking aliens before. I don't want to talk about frozen turds right now. We were talking about aliens before.
We were about to get deep. I feel like I want to touch on what Simon was saying.
Oh, yeah, what'd you
about-
say, buddy?
You're
You got
getting
sad.
emotional for a
You got
second.
sad.
I don't want to cut you off, man. Where you wanted to share about either Massthetics or yourself.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I just had a night when you guys called this the best worst podcast, and when you were going to introduce us, we're like the best worst powerlifting YouTube channel that doesn't powerlift anymore,
Or YouTube.
or
A
YouTube.
pet peeve of mine in our industry, and which you guys have been a good part of for a while, and Omar and I have for way too long, is that people will often say, "I may not have the biggest following, but they're real loyal," and that's what every person says that can't grow their media.
Yeah.
One compliment to you guys before I move on, because I hate complimenting my guests because I sound like a suck up, is that you guys actually have built a community and a good following, which all these other people just say that because they can't get
Grow
a
it.
million followers,
Yeah.
but
It's
where
like-
you guys have actually put effort, and I think it's a conscious decision to, sure, we would all love 1 billion followers because that
course.
helps our business.
Yeah.
But you guys made a conscious decision like, no, we're going to actually try to make an impact, and that's what all these gurus talk about, but you guys are actually doing, that you want to make an impact and a connection and actually build a community within the following that you have.
I think like
It's
one
a
of
cult,
the,
and I love
the
it.
coolest one of the coolest things though is like our goal wasn't ever to like make what we have really. It's been formed organically over
organic.
the years. Like when I met Garrett, he already had the idea that he wanted to like open this multifaceted gym that had like, you know, bodybuilding, powerlifting. Like before I met him, he already had that idea, right? And we both were extremely passionate about bodybuilding. Like initially, that's what we got into, and then when we like started working out together, long story short, like Massthetics.
That's when we had started
we
started looking into powerlifting right before we met. So then that's when we noticed like you're actually doing like speed work, like you're actually deadlifting in this gym.
Like I saw him benching 225 for speed reps, whatever you want to call it, and he's a super light guy. I was like, holy crap!
Pounds.
Like let's work out together.
Oh.
You know?
Well, he didn't want to work out with me.
No, I didn't. I actually don't like anybody. I don't make friends. I don't look at people. Like,
we could tell your hoodie's up. I get it.
Yeah. No, but like, especially back then, I was a very different person. Like, I would go into the gym, work out. Like, I was that jerk that everyone's like, oh, look at this asshole. You know what I mean? He thought I was an asshole. I thought he was an asshole too.
That's how.
Maybe you're both right. Maybe you're both wrong.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I do look like a total fucking asshole. But once he talked to me, I'm all right.
Yeah, and then
that's on the Tinder profile.
That's exactly what it says.
Yeah.
Over the last couple of years, like I said, like it's been so cool to meet the people that we've been able to meet, and they're extremely loyal. Like it's crazy.
Because we don't have to get into it because I don't know how much you guys want to or have to talk about it, but you both have real jobs and real paths. And so like that is something also different because you off and on, like you think you're even talking about like, oh, we're the best, worst, off and on put out insane amounts of content, long formatted content. I remember you guys like didn't put out a video for a while and then I saw something pop up in the stuff and I was like hour and a half or something. I was like, what the fuck are these guys doing?
Friday night. It was our first
Friday. Yeah, it was 45 minutes.
First video in 4 months and
Friday night
3 months, I don't know. And the video before that was explaining why there hadn't been a video in 2 months, and then the one before that was also why there wasn't a video in 1 month or something.
2 months ago, I made a video on why I hadn't put up a video in 2 months, and then the video 2 months before that was video that was 4 months old.
Just talking about things.
So it's just like it's very interesting because this has just always been a glorified hobby for us. Like we both have our careers. Garrett's in med school. I'm a social worker. Like I work, 40 plus hours a week too. But sometimes it's interesting to balance, I guess, what we've created. I don't know.
You are in the process of opening a gym. Is that obviously med school? You can't really just put on a halt. But
unfortunately,
is that plan to go full time for you, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't make shit at my state job. With everything we've created with Massthetics, I have a bigger income with Massthetics. So that is the goal. I would love that be my own little kabuki strength lab, like my own. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be our place that we've created for anyone that wants to get strong or whatever,
We were talking aliens before, and some things popped into my head. What you got?
No, I was just going to say, before we go on, another thing I'll give you guys credit for, I don't know if this was intentional, but there is something known as kind of like subscriber burnout.
Sure.
Where you upload too much content, and the content's like, and that's YouTube, the format where basically it rewards kind of B content over A content.
Yeah.
Like I was saying about Calgary Barbell where we had him on. And he made a deadlift tutorial for my channel, and I was blown away. I'm like, this deserves 500,000 views. And I tried to promote it hard, dude. It got like 55,000, just an average video.
No, and that's what's been hard, especially like Garrett loves to put crazy amounts of time into awesome edits. Like he loves that.
Yeah.
And towards the end, where we started doing that more, people were like, "Fuck these edits!" Like, and
I made it look like a fucking car hit the drone.
Yeah.
But like, no one knew how much time I put into it because they thought it happened.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, like a movie, right?
Boy, something I would sometimes not listen to your fans. Like if
of course,
you know what I mean. Like if they say that,
that's what I was trying to tell Garrett. I was like, dude, who gives a shit if they don't want to see that? We've always only put out content that we like anyways.
Right.
Like,
that's your appeal.
We've never given a shit. So if you want to do an edit, do a freaking edit.
Then went to
and that's where my utility comes in. Like I just quick clip all this stuff together. Like we have the long form format. You know what I mean? And so I'll just put the meat together, and he'll work on an edit sometimes for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 days,
it just depends. Like if you're clipping the video, you just have these wild, I have wild ideas. I don't even really take that many drugs, but I'm like, like in our last video, it was pretty much done. But then in one of the clips is like Coach T, he had a porno box that he wanted to know if I wanted to buy. So we finally figured out how to work it at a party.
What's a porno box?
It's basically a box. It's like Pandora's box, but with
digital porn.
Yeah. Which was probably the bomb in the 90s. But
it's like a black box, so you get like unlimited streaming.
Do they even still stream anything on there? Or
it's not streaming. It's all on the hard drive.
But it's all from the night. Like what era of porn are we talking?
It was pretty HD, so maybe it was like...
I think it was like early 2000s.
All right. Yeah.
When that was probably like the sickest thing to have, like this black box with 5 gigabytes of porn on it.
In the year 2000. But to give you guys respect, like I was going to say, someone else, Candido kind of, I think, actively did that, is that if you focus more on putting out content less often, but it's kind of exactly what you want, you inspire, I think, a lot more loyalty because people want more. If your supply is very low and the demand for you guys is quite high, you always kind of have that indie band reputation where people want more.
Exactly.
And so I don't know if that was intentional, but I think for keeping
from
the
the
niche
beginning, it has been.
was very smart.
Like, because Max always gave us shit for that. It's like, you're going to run out of content. Ran out of content 2 years ago. It's like, we've done like 5% of the content we could possibly do. Like, a follow-up to the deadlifting and ollie shoes video. A fucking, like, it's so many different
What's in Simon's bag?
What's in Simon's bag has been pending for 3 years. Like, we actually haven't, like, done a deadlift tutorial.
Yeah.
Video,
we've never done one that you did where you're hooked up with the mic. Or your cat.
We actually did a video for you back in the day.
And then I was going to say, Fear's the Mind Killer, bro.
Yeah.
Is caffeine. You guys did a video on caffeine where you went in on it. That was
finally did that one.
That was a fantastic video. It's like you could do a video on another supplement or something just like that. Like you you guys probably have a lot of content, but maybe not a lot of time.
Right. We just don't have the time, you know. And
we can bring a lot of stuff like information. I wish just me being an engineer and then me almost being a doctor, like that provides something a lot of YouTube fitness doesn't have.
And that's kind of why
mostly it's people that aren't that educated.
Yeah. Within this interim period, like we honestly we're barely doing push-pull legs right now, like 3 days a week, if that. Yeah. Like a lot of our motivation for powerlifting comes from one another. Like, so if the other one or the like,
so I stopped going as frequently because of school, and then he stopped going because it was like this system.
Yeah,
you know.
But for powerlifting, anyways, you know, like it's always fun to lift heavy weights with your brother, with boys. Basically. You know what I mean? So it's been interesting to try and balance it, but also understand that it's always still going to just be a glorified hobby for us.
Yeah, no and it's always going to be there. Because me and Omar talk about this stuff all the time too, with travel and business, and we have so many other different hobbies or goals that like. Well, yeah, your strength doesn't disappear. Your muscle. Technically, yes, it can disappear, but it's not going to disappear.
Yeah, I know. But look at me.
You want rhabdomyolysis, man.
Yeah, like that's last year, I think this is probably something important to talk about. Like, people attach so much to them that can easily just be gone tomorrow. You know?
Their physique, you mean?
Yeah,
physique, that's their identity.
You know, material things, whatever. Like, it's hard to not really attach those things to you. And when things change, man, people are liquid. You know, we change.
Oh, yeah. And I think sometimes maybe people try and hold on too much in the image from before, way past the due date. Like
for sure.
You know, not knocking like let's say a bodybuilder or this or that, but that guy that's still trying to win that first kind of
it's hard.
Open bodybuilding show 20 years down the road. I used to train at a gym where it kind of was a place for people that were middle-aged, just everyone else that didn't go to a big box gym. No real serious lifters, but a lot of retired bodybuilders or wannabe bodybuilders. And there was a good group of them that were in their 40s just trying to make that dream still happen. And their body, just because they're aging and some were enhanced, it was kind of getting worse and worse over time. And so it's just like sad seeing a dream not come to reality rather than say like, you know what can I do with my time? Yeah, how can I change gears?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's been an interesting transition, and I think people forget that through your life you're going to be going constantly through transitions. And like in the interim right now, we're not powerlifting, but powerlifting's always going to be there. That's what I was telling people that came to see us at the booth. They're like, yeah, I got injured or this and that, or I don't have time because of my family or whatever. It's like, dude, it's always going to be there.
Yeah, we were jokingly about how old we are and things going wrong or better as we get older. One thing I still am bad at as I'm aging or getting wiser or whatever the hell is going on is realizing that how many stages there are in your life. Especially, right, like I left my job a year ago, started new companies now. Like how many people have actually even been, Omar brought this up in another podcast with fitness, and I want to touch that. It's on everything. How many people even have the same job or the same industry for 5 years or more?
Oh, yeah.
The percentage is so low. Like everyone's like, well, I did this when I was in college, and then I did this in my 20s. In my 30s, I kind of did this. 40s, I disappeared. 50s, I became a politician. 60s, I retired.
Became a woman. coming.
Yeah. But really,
that's the end evolution, bro.
There's a million phases.
You want
right?
final form.
Sooner rather than later. For many reasons.
We got the Dragon Ball concept just a little twisted in our head.
Yeah, but it's just so common, and let alone a hobby. Like that's the smallest part of everything else. It doesn't shape you necessarily.
And it's hard too because I think people like the sad bodybuilding, like you see that happening everywhere. The guy that just doesn't stop, and he probably should. You know, it's hard to let those things go, man. It really is.
Simon, you, I know we have a mutual love for Interstellar. The three of us, Mike, you like?
No, I love Interstellar. I've only seen it like once or twice, so I can't nerd out on it. But it's one of in my top sci-fi. I love sci-fi.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I love Aronofsky.
Except for that robot,
the wrestler.
Yeah,
Tars is the shit.
I don't like the wrestler in a nutshell.
Oh man,
I think it's brilliant.
The wrestler
amazing.
wrecked me, man.
It's amazing.
Yeah. You guys have watched the movie The Wrestler?
I haven't.
Oh wait,
Robin the Ram Rosinski.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Is it about Jake the Snake?
Wait,
I feel you're a cinephile.
The
Simon.
Wrestler, is that
I feel
the
like
one?
you're
Is that the weird ass one?
Yeah, I watch a lot of movies.
Because you watch it and you absorb. Like some people watch movies as a form of escapism, so they're just watching it. It's like you just want to be entertained, and I get that. But like Interstellar, it hooks you. Either you're in on it or you won't enjoy any of it.
Yeah. Well, it's like I've always been fascinated with science, technology, space, anything that is not I guess normal or
that was like one of our first bonding sessions, like our second time working out. We're talking about space, complaining about NASA and the budget.
Yeah.
And I was just like, do we just become best friends?
Yeah.
I said that.
Yeah.
That's how it happens.
Yeah, man. And Interstellar was just, it took everything that I love about everything in space and just put it into one good little movie, man. I love it.
Yeah, it's my favorite movie as well.
The black hole, or going into the wormhole.
That's what he watches on loop and cries.
Going into the wormhole. Scene on the
wormhole,
man, is just amazing.
No joke, like to get hyped up for a lift. Like some people, that's like get stronger, like never quit. Like I'll watch that part of Cooper where he says no, that's necessary. Like we kept joking about that. I get goosebumps, and then
I just got goosebumps.
You know what I mean? Like that's what gets me hyped. Like just it's so beautiful. The heart of the explorer.
The heart of the explorer. Exactly, doing something that nobody's ever done, like exploring the unknown. Like I joke about this all the time, but I tell Garrett or my ex-girlfriend like
that he's gonna go to Jupiter.
I would literally volunteer to be like shot into a black hole. I don't give a shit.
That's another movie.
I don't care. I don't care.
Isn't that a movie too?
Yes. I would do it right now.
No, that's Interstellar. Where
one of my biggest fears is falling into a gas giant, though. We're like the opposite.
Well, okay.
Imagine how scary that would be.
Bro, let's get it. No, Garrett. I'm actually fucking with you totally. Let's get in on this. So Neptune, everyone talks about Jupiter and the red spot, how, oh my God, the storms on Jupiter are 300 miles an hour.
It's been going for however long.
Yeah, eons. Neptune has the dark spot. The storms there are apparently 800 miles an hour. It's completely dark. If you just got dropped even in a space,
you just rip your skin off.
It'd be like that. But just think for that one moment, just all the noise and everything falling through the gas.
800 miles per hour?
Oh yeah, I wonder you guys can look it up. It might be 800 kilometers, but it's insane.
I'm trying to think in my head.
That'd be better than just falling to another spot where you're just falling towards the core.
Oh, but then it goes gas, liquid, and then solid. So what part? Like, are we? Let's go all the way.
Gas giants are. There's no solid core, right?
Yeah, there's a mantle at the very, very center, but it's not.
There's so much fucking pressure.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, is that so, Garrett? What's the fair, bro? Because I'm down with this. Let's talk about it. Do we have a helmet on? Are we dying slowly? Like,
we have a spacesuit on.
Oh, so spacesuit on.
Full on spacesuit, unlimited oxygen.
Oh,
so you're not? Are you gonna die though? Are you gonna die?
How are you going to die?
No,
it's very interesting. I forget the details, but someone asked this on Reddit a long time ago, and I saved it, but I don't want to look through all the tranny shit on my saved posts.
Just to find it. I got you.
Right. Maybe later I can find it. But a physicist, an astrophysicist, went through what would actually happen based on the composition of each layer and the pressures. And ultimately, what would happen is you would get stuck where the pressure below you is equal to the pressure above you.
He looked into this because this is literally his
my biggest fear.
You know what's weird? When Garrett said that, I've thought of fucked up shit like this myself. Yeah, I thought
we always do.
Yeah, getting sucked into the vacuum of space just like that. Yeah.
What else?
Yeah. Well, so getting sucked into the vacuum of space.
That scares me more because death,
like from Earth, like you're chilling and then you just leave.
You just, like in a blink of an eye, you just appear in outer space.
Floating
that would suck.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, floating.
Oh, that sounds terrifying.
Did you hear about Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about how
that's freaking me out right now? I do not like that.
You wouldn't just freeze into an ice cube. Your body would just dissipate heat. That's when you
of course.
Yeah, boys, I'm sorry.
But you have
that.
You have that split second though, right?
Well, you know. You're like, what the fuck am I doing?
You would suffocate.
A couple seconds, minutes, and hours, and obviously this is all hypothetical, of suffering, pain, or death doesn't scare me as bad as infinite floating. Say those
infinite.
So say our suits protect us. Right. This is all hypothetical.
And are you infinitely alive? Or?
Infinite nutrition,
or 50 years, or the normal human lifespan.
Just floating for 50 years. Bro?
That's scarier. That's scary. When you said, "Oh, I'll shoot into a black hole," that's what popped in my head. That I'm just seeing whatever's out there, and I'm just by myself, spinning in circles, floating through nothing. That scares me way more than death.
Well, if you're watching someone go into a black hole, that's what you would see from your frame. Is they would kind of like elongate, and it would take forever for them to go in. But on your frame,
spaghettification was disproved.
We don't know. Whoa. But that I don't want.
Yeah, hold on.
Spaghettification. I'm all the way in. Go ahead.
What'd you say?
What's spaghettification?
So spaghettification apparently is what happens when you get into a black hole. Like your head and your feet are just going to spaghettify. Like you get stretched.
I was gonna say, is this an Eminem line?
And then you'll see
Mom's spaghettification.
They don't know he's an astrophysicist.
And then you'll see like your body just. I don't know. That's supposedly the primary theory, but apparently it has been disproven that something else happens.
Yeah. Well, we can't with special relativity and general relativity. General relativity is high gravity. Special relativity go really fast. We can't recreate general relativity.
Yeah,
for a good fucking reason. Yeah. The Earth would just disappear.
Yeah.
But special relativity has definitely been proven in like particle accelerators with things with very short half-lives of like a nanosecond, where they accelerate it, and in their frame they're still lasting a nanosecond. But what happens to everything around them is it's going so slow relative to them that shortens. But when we're looking at it, it lasts a couple seconds.
So you're talking time travel, son.
Basically.
Dilation.
And that's really the only way to time travel we think is going really fucking fast. It's just basically everything else dies around you. Theoretically, if you went the speed of light, because of this, I don't even remember what it's called, but it's like the CT axis and the X axis. It's time. And they get closer and closer. This angle is like the tangent of your speed over the speed of light. And if they're equal, tangent of one's undefined. So time is infinite around you, and time ends.
Garrett's also a nuclear engineer by trade.
Yeah. I was an astrophysics major for a while.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Dude, that's actually what I wanted to get into, and then
realized you sucked too bad at math.
No, I was part of it was called TOPS, Talented Offerings for the Programs of the Sciences.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no joke. Mike knows.
That's Canada, right? Yeah.
It was
Canadian
like just
program?
a program that you applied for. I was in gifted, and then that was like kind of the next level. As I got into it, but then I was
in
super
bottoms.
lazy. And bottoms. There's tops and then there's bottoms.
Yeah.
But and I had a scholarship, but I just decided to go into business because I was like, I did not want to continue school. I want to take time off, but my mom's like, go do something. So I'm like, I'll take the most bullshit degree, which was business. Got a full scholarship, had to do nothing.
It is bullshit.
Simon, you said you went to college. Are you using your?
I am a college graduate.
Walking university. Is your job or fitness related to what you did studied?
No, not at all.
Is your interest related to what you studied?
My interest? What do you mean?
I don't know, like this outer space shit.
No, not at all. I went to school for social work, so everything that I enjoy is probably not even anywhere near my what I do.
Hence, trying to open a gym.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I enjoy what I do. It's very difficult. It shows you literally the worst side of humanity. Like literally the most disgusting depths of what humans are capable of. It's very scary.
Yeah. Simon, I feel part of you to get into that, you have to be a special type of human to want to get into that.
I mean, I don't want to take that compliment or anything.
No, I do feel that.
I've always felt a sense of like civic duty. I want to help the community that I grew up in, or have some kind of effect on alleviating someone's suffering. You know, and I'm sure you can, identify with that as being a
not
doctor.
really, because he wants to make tits.
I do want to in general, like you are
Currently what
helping
I'm
someone
doing.
though, like even making tits or have someone have a
How
sick
altruistic
dick.
of
Like,
you.
Yeah.
You're lessening their suffering.
Sure.
You know.
Well, I don't just want to make sick tits.
I'm not just
There is a lot
one
of
category,
cool
guys.
stuff that plastic surgeons do that I would not want to shy away from at all in any practice, because like, you know, a little kid that, you know, had their face burned off, you know, being able to fix that in a way where people won't stare at them at the grocery store or even notice.
That's
I
amazing.
went through 0.00001% of that, and that's what we were talking about over there, where you said plastic surgery, and I roasted you a little bit about tits, but I know the majority of it is otherwise. I was attacked by a dog pretty good when I was a kid, so I had scars all over my face, 20 stitches or something like that, as like a third grader or something. And my parents were third grader. You don't really care how you look, like you don't know yet, you know. So
until the kids start telling you how you look.
Yeah, but I didn't get that because my community was pretty cool. But
That's
my
cool,
mom,
because they're all liberal.
yeah, they're all really nice. Oh, you're beautiful. You're the most makes you you.
You're a special child in class.
I'm trans ugly too.
But I think my mom was maybe worried about what would happen as I was older, because you don't know how a scar will whatever. So we had meetings with plastic surgeons and more of that area, and it's not until I was older that I understood, like, oh yeah, there's a lot more than fake tits or nose jobs,
for sure.
which is
more.
really helping people.
Well,
so don't take me wrong, I was joking.
Especially
of course.
I know you, but these people might take me wrong, but I was joking.
Like
I
along
can put
the
tits
way,
over your scars where the dog bit you, man.
some of the stuff
tits on my face.
that Garrett has told me, like things that through his rounds and rotations, it's like you see people that are literally he's seen people that are dying, rotting in front of him, like rotting.
Same thing.
Take care of a patient for days, see how they're doing, and they're great, they're getting better,
and then they die.
Then they go into septic shock and die.
Yeah. I thought about going kind of a firefighter EMT route, and gore I could kind of do in person because my adrenaline kicks in pretty good there, and I don't have a fight or flight to actually fight, but I have a fight or flight to help. But the
punch their organs.
I don't have
falling
that. But if like shit, like same thing, that's the only place where I'm like, all right, I need to help people or whatever. But the pain or the emotional that I could see in people, I don't think I could hang like that. Like you just said,
it's
like,
hard.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it.
So I'm a social worker. Like I'll go into this a little bit as far as I can.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to down you guys, but a lot of people don't understand the reality of this in the United States, that we have so many homeless people. And when you have homeless people, you're going to have children that are also homeless. You're going to have people that are, they live in abject poverty, you know, and these children, it's not their fault. Like, and that's the worst part.
How would you respond to those out there that would say, it's like, oh, like they chose to be homeless? You know what I mean? Like people that would say, well, they just need to pull themselves up by the bootstraps.
Yeah, go get a job, kid.
Go get a job.
He's wearing his underwear as a hat.
So from working with individuals that have faced abject poverty, what would your response be to those people?
Well, I don't have a response for the people. It's more of a discussion to be had as a community and a country. I think like there's a lot of very bad systemic issues within the United States and within New Mexico is the poorest state in the United States.
I did not know
that.
I knew it was in there.
We are the poorest country or state in the country. So when you have that, you literally have some of the worst things that can happen to people.
Other states, you have pockets of it, and your guys is probably just a lot broader.
It's a very big state too. So if the people that are very in poverty, that are like
living in the rural
any
areas, like they're living in
center,
like people don't understand that there's people that live in third world or worse conditions in New Mexico.
Yeah, I believe it.
Like I'll give you an example of a very bad case that I went to out in the middle of nowhere, 50 miles into the desert. They didn't have running water. They didn't have no plumbing, of course, no electricity, no heat in the middle of the New Mexican desert. So when I got there, it was probably 25 degrees, and they had no heat. Okay, this house also had 5 kids in it, right? An adult male that was taking care of all of them, who was also ritually sexually abusing all 5 of them for the last 4 years, and nobody knew because he lived out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. Come to find out, 3 of those kids weren't even his. Yeah. So like
he just abducted them.
That's just the tip of the iceberg of the things you deal with.
That's an example of like some of the worst stuff, you know. But there's a lot less crazy things that happen that I feel with more of a discussion, we can figure out how to not this not be a thing in the United States of America.
You can't eliminate it.
No,
but
we can alleviate
do something.
We can alleviate it or attempt. We need to attempt to alleviate this.
Simon, what I was going to say, I got some. We're talking a little bit off camera about Jordan Peterson, who's a big Dostoevsky fan, and he's like my favorite author. Have you read any of his works or watched any Akira Kurosawa? Because I think they would. I think your feeling on Interstellar would be 10 times for any Kurosawa movie.
That's one thing I've never gotten into is the Kurosawa films or anything like that.
So a few that I'll just talk about really quickly. The first, when we talk about Dostoevsky for books, Brothers Karamazov.
That's the only book that Mike Farr read front to back in his entire life.
Arguably my favorite book of all time.
Swear, and that's embarrassing to say. I've never read a book in my life besides that, just because one, my teacher was really cool.
Even Goosebumps?
No, dude.
Goosebumps.
Nothing. Harry Potter, I probably read half, and then my mom read half.
Clifford the Big Red Dog?
None of it.
The only book my dad ever read was White Fang. He's like, I've never read a book except White Fang.
And I don't have any learning disabilities. I literally just have ADD, probably.
That's like the worst book to read if you have ADD.
Probably. I take medication for that.
The ending sentiment in that book, it deals with patricide and a lot of different things. Alyosha, the youngest of the sons, comes to the conclusion, and it deals also with a lot of Orthodox Christianity. But he says, in the end, we're all responsible for one another, which is a very beautiful sentiment. And then there was a Russian filmmaker, same idea, Andrei Tarkovsky. He has a movie called Andrei Rublev. And it's all about this a person that loses faith, finds it in the end. And he says, when you said doing good works, you guys, he said to a bell maker, he painted icons, which were like religious paintings, the guy that became jaded with religion. And so he told the bell maker, it's like, you will make your bells and I'll paint my icons, and like together we'll try and change the world basically for the better. Just a lot of those similar we see in great works of literature. I feel art, that ending sentiment. Kurosawa is the master of that. He has a film called The Lower Depths that just deals with the worst of the worst. His brother committed suicide. He was highly suicidal. Just had a lot of things go on with him. If you could peer into the heart of humanity, into the depths of someone's soul, make a connection, and then hopefully be better. He always deals with that issue, like absolute evil or just bad things in the world, and how can we turn it around, or how do we wrestle with this, or is it even worth wrestling with in the first place? So
I definitely think there's a lot of hope with the youth. That's mostly who I work with. Like I was telling Garrett the other day, like there's some kids that have gone through the worst things that you can imagine, and they're still thriving.
I have a lot of friends and stories I've heard, and you're like, what the fuck, bro? You should be on drugs and punching people, and you're fucking killing it.
You know,
what
like,
do you say?
It's just amazing to see how people can go through so much adversity and still end up being a completely functional member of society. And for some people, it's like, oh, they're paying their bills and they're showing up to work and they got into college, big deal. This person also was drugged through the mud their entire life, and they never had anybody tell them that they cared about them. That's a fact. These kids literally grow up in families that do not care about them, or they do not have families, and they have literally zero people that care about them. So a lot of people don't take into consideration how important it is to have people that give a fuck about you. Like that's huge. Even just one person that tells you, you're doing a good job, keep it up. Like, I know it's hard, but it's gonna get better if you work at it. Like things like that. Like just one person telling a kid that could change their life. And I've seen it. I've seen like kids that are coming out of the worst conditions and then graduate from college because one person was like, you can do it. Just, you got to try though. You know, I'll meet you, I'll help you as much as I can, but you're the person that needs to try and do the work. Or you're not going to get anywhere.
I see, honestly, Simon, I see the emotion in your eyes when you talk.
It's real,
bro.
It's hard.
I feel you with what you're saying.